What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be breaking down how I caught two clean trade setups on gold in the exact same day. One of the trades was taken in London session, and the next trade was taken later on in the same day during New York session. And most traders miss this part when it comes down to day trading gold and don't understand that gold is the type of pair that can give you multiple opportunities in the exact same day. You just have to understand timing. If you understand timing, then you'll understand how gold can give you more than one setup in a day. Gold is the type of pair that could pay you twice in the same day, realistically. And I'm going to show you that here. And why this is important is because most traders will look for one trade a day, obviously, or try to trade every single day in the market. But if you really understand gold and you understand timing and how to spot setups with it, one day could really make the most of your week. And I'm going to explain that later on in the video. So make sure you pay attention because I got some good stuff to go over here today. We're going to talk about the first trade that I took on gold on April 20th the other day. We're going to talk about the first trade setup that I took coming into this week on gold for buys on April 20th. This was a gold buy 47.85, 47.75 area. So I'm going to break down exactly what I saw to spot this setup. And to go over this, I want to explain one thing real quickly and talk about what happened last Sunday in the market, because this is going to help kind of understand where my mindset was with this first trade setup because of something that happened last Sunday. Pretty much the same thing happened this Sunday with gold. This is a screenshot of gold a little bit before the market opened up on Sunday. I was marking up my charts and planning some things on gold. As you can see here, I marked last Sunday and I noticed how last Sunday formed a huge drop down. And this is why it's important not to chase the market when it first opens, because you can only imagine any traders that had trades over the weekend that didn't close on Friday would have lost here because this was a huge move, or anyone trying to chase this move as it first happened. The same thing happened this week. So this is going to help you understand why I was looking at the market the way I was with these first two trade setups. So if you look at last Sunday, there was a huge drop on gold when the market opened. And I kind of anticipated this was going to happen when the market opened. I was anticipating that we could come down and actually form a long wick, but then come back into this. So this was one of my plans. I had a plan first. I said if gold drops down, pretty much like it did last Sunday, and it recovers my zone, then I'm going to look for longs in this area here where we have a lot of support. Understanding that this long wick was created. If you look at last Sunday, this is the same long wick that was created over here last Sunday. The same thing happened this week. So forward thinking, I already had something kind of planned in mind. If you look at last Sunday, when the market opened, this was the drop that gold made. Boom. Same thing happened this Sunday when the market opened. We pretty much got the exact same drop because if you go to the 4-hour, they both ended up forming this very long wick in the market. So this was last Sunday's candle that formed this long wick. Same exact thing happened this week. So what happened here? You got to think. Any traders that were buying at support, even last Sunday, would have got taken out by that long wick before the market started making its move. So we had a very similar thing happen this week with gold, as you can see here. Market came down, created the long wick. So this is one of my confirmations, understanding that a lot of liquidity got taken out. The market could make a rebound here. So why is this important? Because we're understanding behavior of the market. Things that a lot of traders might say, oh, this is random, actually might be structured behavior that happens in the market. Not so random, right? Because if you look at what happened last week, the market went up afterwards, right? So we have the low here that the market made, and we have that support that was swept, and then we went up, and then we retraced that. So we recovered that low, the support that we had right here that the market made, we completely recovered that. And you can see how we went up afterwards. The same thing pretty much happened this week when you look at the market, right? We made this push up. After we went underneath all of this support here. right? So a key area was being pretty much reclaimed. We call this when the market recovers or reclaims a level. So let's go look at the setup now and talk a little bit more about where I took the first trade going into London session. You guys can actually watch me take this trade live on stream as well on one of the YouTube streams that I did this week. I actually took this exact trade live and was breaking it all down on one of the live streams. So make sure you guys check out the live streams and don't miss them, because this trade that I'm breaking down right now, this exact signal that I'm breaking down right now, I took this trade live in front of everybody that was on one of the streams a little bit before London session. If you look at the time I took this trade and sent this signal, I was at 2:38 in the morning. Why is that important, guys? Because that's going into the London session when London session is opening. So in terms of timing and what I said at the beginning of the video, gold is the type of pair that can give you multiple setups in a day. You might be able to spot something in London hours for that first trade in the day, right? Not that you have to take multiple trades in the day, but there can be different setups that form on the charts at different times, depending on how price moves. This trade was going into London session, and you can see that shift up that the market made here, right? I talked about a lot of things already about the planning behind this trade, about what I was already thinking ahead of time about the market from what it did last Sunday. So very similar pattern happening here, right? If you look at what happened last week, the market makes a low, comes up, creates this high, and then you get a pullback to the support that created the breakout, right? The support here, we're literally pulling right back to that support there before going to the upside. So imagine if you were taking a buy here, right? And then you were targeting the high, or you could have targeted these highs. Potentially you could have caught a really big move, but this would have been a good move to catch right there, right? It's pretty much the same move when you look at where I was taking a trade, because this is where I was getting ready for entry on gold. If you look at this green candlestick that I'm zooming in on, this is called a confirmation candlestick for me, because if you look, the market was starting to pull back now. First bullish candlestick that appears here. So once I saw this candlestick, this is when I was really getting ready to enter gold, and I started to form my entry zone, which was going to be 47.85, 47.75 area. Once I started to see actual rejection, I said, okay, it's time to make a zone and try to look for entries. So this is the entry zone that I made on gold as I started seeing this rejection candlestick. So I was looking for slight pullbacks after this candle. And if you look at this candle, it ends up making a pullback right to 48.75 and then pushing up. But then we ended up making a much bigger move. So we didn't wick fully into my zone. My zone was 48.75, 47.75. I like to make areas when I'm entering. So it started with this candle right here. And this is a trade that hit full take profit. And this is one of the first trades I took on gold going into this week. Usually with my stop loss on setups like this, I'll put it near the low or at the low. Now that's a lot of pips in this case, so I didn't do that. My stop loss was relatively near it, kind of around that low, not too close to it, because in this case that would have been, I think, too many pips. So for me, stop loss went relatively near the candlestick here that created that impulsive move up. We got that first shift up in price. We pulled back, and I was really looking for 75. Like, I did want the market to go down and fill more in this zone, but overall, the rejection candlestick worked. If you were on the live stream that I did where I took this trade, I was even saying live, we're looking at this 1 hour rejection now. This is a good time to enter, because I entered this trade on the live stream as well as sending this trade signal out to the inner circle squad. If you're inside of the inner circle, you would have got this signal. So this was the first trade that I took again in London session. And this is why timing is key, because you could take a trade in London, you could call it a day, right? But then there can be very effective days sometimes in the week where multiple setups can appear. And if you can capitalize on those days, you don't need to trade as much in the week. Because the next trade that I took now comes at 10:52 in the morning. Gold buys. Funny enough, if you were on the live streams this week, I took this trade on the live stream as well as sent out the signal. And these two trades happened in the exact same day, just spread apart from each other. One trade was in London session, and the next trade was in New York session. And this is why timing is key. because London session starts right here at 3 a.m. So you can see that this bullish movement that I caught was pretty much like going into New York. London session set a move going into New York session. So this second trade that I took happened in New York session. This one's a bit simpler, I would say, a much easier setup to probably recognize for new traders. And that's why I wanted to show you guys what happened last Sunday so you could kind of understand why I was taking the buys. Because if you look now at the examples that I was showing you before, you could see how we got that low, that shift up, recovery, back in the zone. The same thing pretty much happened this week when you look at gold with this major support area that was created here, right? Support all in this area. Why would the market make a random move underneath a support level like this? It's a liquidity grab. Because think about all the traders that have stop losses underneath that support. They're going to get stopped out by that movement. And then the market's going to go up in the anticipated direction, as you can see here. You get that rejection candlestick after we recover that zone. And then we get more pushes up on gold. But it's not done from there. Next trade, much easier to identify and spot from this point, which is going to happen around the $4,800 level. Now, this is going into the New York session, right? Like I said, the first trade was taken in London session. Next trade is being taken in New York session. You could see this break and retest happening here. Easy setup, easy area. I was a bit early on this trade at 4805, 4800, but my stop loss was in the right place for this setup. Perfect place to be putting your stop loss. I was entering around the 4800 area. My stop loss was at the most recent low right here underneath. This is where I placed my stop loss, was actually right under that low at 88. And you can even see the market tried to wick down a bit. But when we go to the 30-minute chart, you'll see the exact low I'm talking about right here. So gold was trending up pretty early on in the beginning of the week after that dip happened, right? We started creating like a mini trend. London session broke out. And you could see this simple $4,800 retest. I got in at 4805, 4800 area. That's when I started entering buys, is when we tapped 4800 with this rejection candlestick here. And then shortly after that, I sent the signal out. We could see this down candle that formed. And then shortly after, more rejection handles. So this is the power of like whole numbers and structure and combining it with other forms of technical analysis, because you can obviously see like resistance to the left here, right? You can see a clear resistance, very clear. And then you could see higher highs and structure being made in that resistance area. You can see the high here. And from there, we create higher highs in the market. Higher high, higher high. And we come down to that area. We make some wicks down, but the overall area holds here. And we get a good push up. So this is actually the second trade here in the same exact day, right here, that I took on gold. So let's zoom in on this chart real quick here. You can see how I have the 4,800 level marked right there, right? I have that level marked. I closed, so this screenshot doesn't show some of those 4805 buys. I did close some of those entries. You see how I have 4805 here first. I ended up closing those because they were higher up. So that's the start of my zone. And then I enter more towards the bottom of my zone. So I started it pretty small compared to obviously where the entries at 4,800 are. So I ended up closing those when the market recovered, because I had recognized, okay, those were a bit early entries. Not that they were terrible. They still did work out. And I could have held them longer, as you can see. Right? This ended up going. You can see on this screenshot, I don't have those 4805 entries because I recognized in the moment they were a bit early, and that's why I don't always even put a full position at once. So I can kind of scale in around areas. But you can see how I have that $4,800 level marked here on gold. We break above it. We're getting a retest at 4,800. This was a perfect setup for the day, and this is a 2-in-1 breakdown from April 20th. So literally 2:38 in the morning, right? The market's only been open for maybe 7-8 hours at this point, right? It hasn't even been open for 24 hours at this point. By the time the market was even 24 hours open, I already closed and hit 2 trades full TP, right? You could see here 6:03 p.m. Monday. So now the market's been open for 24 hours. just in the time that the market opened and the new day started, I already caught 2 trades. And it's just to show you of like some days can mean more. And when you have days like that, right, where let's say you have one day where you literally just catch like 2 clean setups, that could be like majority of your week. Because let's say you're trading the week, right, and you have Monday, you have Tuesday, you have Wednesday, you have Thursday, you have Friday, right? Chances are you're not going to trade every day. Most traders don't trade Mondays or Fridays even, right? Most traders kind of trade the middle of the week, right? Even if you're taking 1 trade a day, right? 1 trade a day, 1 trade a day. If you're looking for 2 wins, right? You're looking for 2 wins, right, in your week, and you catch 2 wins in one day, you just kind of eliminated more time in the week that you would really need to find that other win that you're looking for when you're trying to day trade. So like day trading is a kind of a more active trading style when it comes to gold. Like day traders with gold don't just primarily focus on one thing, because day traders and scalpers with gold understand like there's gonna be more than one opportunity. Like one stop loss or one setup that doesn't work doesn't always lead to like an end in the day. It's usually just maybe you got in earlier, or wasn't the right setup, or you just gotta wait for better confirmations. But an instance like this, where you're having a good day, where you're just spotting setups, right? This is a regular day for me coming into the week where there's 2 setups there. I take one in London, I take the next one in New York. Great day, because now that just made up a lot of time that it normally would to catch those 2 trades, day and day apart. So that's one reason why I really, really like gold, because if you really understand it, you understand it can give you multiple opportunities a day, and that one day could make multiple days of your week realistically, looking for 1 trade a day or 1 trade every other day. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a comment down below. If you guys want to see more trade breakdown videos exactly like this, I can make loads of them every single week and every single month. So if you guys want to see more videos like this where I break down real trades, real signals, real trades that I've sent out, drop a comment down below and we'll see what you guys say, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.